What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Obsessed Turf, and let's just get right into the episode. There are two really cost-effective ways to improve the appearance of your home and to really give great curb appeal, and that has a lot to do with your lawn. So the two things that I'm referring to is mowing. Of course, you want to make sure you have a regular mowing schedule. Keeping the lawn nice and freshly mowed is one great way, but man, if you really want to take it to the next level, edging, making sure you have nice sharp lines along your lawn is a really great thing, but really dialing it in is edging around your beds, flower beds, tree beds, things like that. And that is what I have done. Sure, I have some rocks that go around my flower beds. That was done when we bought the home. It was already in place. But to be honest, if it were up to me, I would do live edging around all of my beds. And the thing that I like more about my live edges opposed to my stone edging is that the stone edging over time will start to settle, it'll get uneven, and we have to have those reset over time. So without really having to go through that with the live edging, you do have to freshen them up, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I thought I'd just bring you out into the yard with me to experience that. Maybe I can share some things with you that will be helpful for you, but if not, hey, hopefully it's something for you to be able to sit back and enjoy the before and after. I certainly like time-lapse videos where we actually can see progression and see how clean and dialed in things can look once the job is done. So without further ado, let's get out into the lawn and I will share with you the process and some of the things that I experienced and learned by doing this that maybe you can benefit from as well. So let's go out. So this is something I'm doing, guys, to really freshen up the edging before our mulch comes in. We've got a mulch delivery that was coming in the next day, actually. So I ended up bringing two shovels with me just in case I needed the round point, but I ended up just using the flat spade shovel the entire time. Big key tip here, guys, if you're going to do live edging, make sure your ground is soft. You don't want it super wet, but you want it to be soft enough so that you can actually cut through the soil nice and clean without having to deal with dry soil. The type of soil that I have is like a silt clay loam type soil, and it gets really, really hard and it's difficult to work with once the soil is too dry. And unfortunately, under this pine tree, I'm dealing with a lot of dryness because of the pine tree, because of it's close to the driveway, and having grass that is, all that stuff is just really pulling a lot of moisture out of the soil. So this area dries up really quickly. I'm going to be trying to target this in the fall to improve this area. But at any rate, dealing with the soil here was a little bit more challenging than it was on the tree bed in the back. But just having to dig through this and edge around the current edge just to kind of clean this up. And you'll notice that as I'm digging, I'm also using this shovel to taper the bed down from the center of the tree down to the edge. And I really only have to clean up right down at the edge of the bed to improve that taper effect down to the edge. So if you're going to do this and the ground is dry, just go ahead and maybe just water that area around that edge to soften up the soil, maybe the day before. Give it a good soaking so that the soil is soft enough for you to cut through the soil and make nice clean lines when you're doing your edging. Now, I don't know if it was because of the type of shovel I was using, but I was able to get a straighter edge by standing on the inside of the bed when I was edging. Maybe it's this shovel and the way the handle is angled, because I know that there are some edging tools that's more of a semicircle type rounded edger. Maybe that I would not have to stand inside the bed to get the same effect, but this worked a lot better for me to stand inside the bed and work on getting a nice straight angle on the edge of the bed to cut along the edge. All right, so as we get to the rear bed, this was a lot easier. And guys, do not let these projects concern you as far as how long it would take to do this work. Yes, it seems like a lot. When you look at this huge tree bed, all I could think of is, man, how long is this gonna take me? Honestly, guys, I was done inside of an hour to do the entire perimeter of this full tree bed. So don't let that discourage you from actually doing it. Once you get started, you'll kind of get into a groove. And again, I cannot stress enough how much easier you will make it on your life if the ground is soft. Luckily, this ground back here, it was very soft. I didn't have any issues with hard soil back here, and I was able to pretty much fly through this. But take your time. Do not try to get too much in a hurry, because you're going to start to maybe trim back a little too far. And in this case, for me, it was really about just cleaning up the edges. I really didn't have to redesign anything. On the front pine tree bed, I did. It wasn't as much of a circle, and I tried to clean that up. It is a little bit uneven as far as the ground out there too. It kind of slopes down. So that was creating some challenges. But with this soil, take your time and you'll get into a groove, and you'll actually be able to pick up the pace once you get the hang of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if nothing else, I hope you enjoyed the satisfaction of seeing the before and after. I mean, just look at the beds, guys. I think it turned out really well. And this is even before the grass was fully out of dormancy. So I cannot wait until this grass is actually into full force, and so that you can see it in future episodes. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one.